live. Sorry I'm a little late. Um, checked out the end of that Texas A&M game before I came on. But the LSU Tigers get the win over the Oklahoma Sooners, 37-17. In a really well played game, yo. I thought Nussmeier was absolutely outstanding in this game. I thought the defense was solid. And it was good to see somebody like, Chris Hilton, have a really, really big game. Aaron Anderson with an electrifying kickoff return. The defense was out there hitting, being physical. Just overall a good win, man. That's coming off of absolutely beating down Alabama last week. A fan base that had a lot to say during the week, that was feeling themselves after beating Alabama, but I kind of just laughed at them. I didn't really pay them no mind, man. I'm like, at least you're gonna beat them. In a good way to close out the season, man. Was it the type of it, from the standpoint? No, it wasn't. It ultimately the season was disappointing. But I will say this, we do got a bowl game. Don't know who it is going to be against, whatever, win, whatever, but we do have a bowl game, so we do got some more practices. And I tell you what, there's some optimism going into next season. If Garrett Nussmeier come back, you hope he takes the incredible leap from year one to year two. Jaden Daniels did. Caden Durham, you got a guy like Caden Durham coming back for his second year. You may have a Trey Hiley back. You got two freshman running backs in Harlan Berry and the guy from Alexandria that's going to add depth to the as well as a Jawan Johnson who's there. The receiving core should be solid. You should have better players defensively. You got a lot of freshman defensive talent coming in. Especially there's one or two guys that you still have a real possibility, one or two 5-stars that you have a real possibility of bringing in. So there's a lot of optimism going into next season. But, like I said, the season didn't quite go the way we wanted it to go. But ultimately, this was a really good performance tonight, yo. What's up, Jaden Godson? Hello, what's going on? What's up, Brian Turner? I'll take it. Me too. Like I said, as a whole, the season ended up being disappointing. But, I mean, you look at a team like A&M, for example, they wet the bed as well. Alabama hanging on with playoff hopes by the skin of the teeth. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, ultimately, I think, and like I told people, man, I think whenever you the guy, it gives you a new sense of confidence. Because look, I'll be honest, man, me and a lot of us were out there, we couldn't wait to kick Nussmeier out the door for Bryce Underwood next year. I was on record saying, look, man, when Bryce Underwood comes next year, he need to be the guy day one. I don't give a damn if Nussmeier left or if he here. I don't care, yo. What's up, Renee Lee? I hope DJ Pickett got to hang with Pat P. I agree. I totally agree. And it was good, smart for them to have him, in town as well, as an honorary captain for this game. But yeah, similar situation, man. Number one cornerback prospect out of the state of Florida. Pat P worked out fine. Pat P, made a nice career for himself coming to LSU. So yeah, can we keep a DJ Pickett in this class? Can we bring in a Jakeem Stewart in this class? Keep the other players that we have. Is there a possibility in the 11th hour we could switch somebody, we could flip somebody else, So yeah, it's a lot of optimism, man, going into, this bowl game and next season. But for Nussmeier, man, I mean, now he knows, look, I come back, I'm the guy. Because think about it, if Bryce Underwood coming in, either you got to go to the NFL, which you're not ready for. You got to transfer, which you never know how that'll go. And then if you stay, the first interception you throw or average game you have, if you are the starter, then yeah, the whisper's going to start. But to know now, like, look, this is my team. It could give him a whole new sense of confidence. What's up, the Sage? Like your content, brother. Greatly, greatly appreciate it, yo. Really do. What's up, JC Kid 103? The recruiting class. I think the year that Brian Kelly really, really start getting heat if he's underachieving is in 2026. I think realistically, that's the year where, I mean, unless LSU just absolutely bottoms out next year. I mean, if LSU go like 4-8 or 5-7 or some stuff, or 6-6, then yeah, we gotta have a discussion. But if they like, 8-4, 9-3, 10-2, especially if they make the playoff, I think he's safe to at least 2026. I think 2026 is the first year that you could really start looking at him if things are not improving, which I think they will. One of my all-time favorite players. Yes, don't ever count us out. Yeah, man. Pat P was a dog, man, and definitely glad we had him, man. But for Nuss, good for him, man. Ever since the Bryce Underwood, going to Michigan news came out, he had his two best games of the season. Last week against Vanderbilt and tonight against Oklahoma, especially. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was out, man. I'm like, nah, they landed right on his shoulder, man. And I thought there's no way he coming back, but he came back and he was slinging that thing, man. Shout out to him, yo. What's up, CJ Ruthless? What's good, bro? Good game. Way to whip our ass. LSU did something Alabama didn't do that stopped Jackson Arnold. Yeah, man. It was a fun game. It was fun, man. It was a real fun. And the one pet peeve I got tonight is that I wish we wore our traditional jerseys tonight. Like I get the alternate thing and all that, but when you got a team come a big time prestigious program like Oklahoma coming into your stadium for the first time ever, man, wear the traditional white jerseys, gold pants, and gold helmets, man. Like I ain't like the whole purple jersey, white helmet, and seeing Oklahoma in all white tonight. Like that's my biggest gripe for the game. But overall fun game, man. Oklahoma, they got their quarterback now. Get a bunch of those receivers healthy going into next year, and now they know what it's like. So they know what to. That's the one good thing when you don't have a great season is you know what you got to fix. So yeah, man, shout out to y'all, man. But still, man, what y'all did last week was amazing. Like it was absolutely amazing, man. So shout out to y'all for absolutely crushing Alabama's face last week, yo. But yeah, man, good optimism, man. Really optimistic, heading into the bowl game, into the off season. Seeing what type of transfers we're gonna get in here, seeing that we could keep this really, really good recruiting class in line. And we could start being more positive, man. It's been a trying year, man. It really has been, yo. Had a lot of ups and downs, man. You start off with the ugly USC loss, especially knowing now that's a 6-6 USC football team. That's what make that loss even more frustrating. You basically allowed USC to be bowl eligible by losing to them. Like USC could go to a bowl game because they beat LSU, man. That, and then you had the highs, the great thrilling come from behind win against Ole Miss, the great, come from behind win against South Carolina, dominating your rival Arkansas on the road, and then like I said, we all know what happened, the 3-game losing streak, man, blowing it against A&M in the second half, getting dominated by Bama in a big spot, losing to Florida on the road, man. But you closed it right, man. People thought it was gonna bottom out, but you beat two teams Bama couldn't beat. You beat Vanderbilt and you beat Oklahoma, yo. We enjoyed every minute of that game. OU Bama. Oh, definitely. Like that's what I'm saying, man. I ain't got no beef with Oklahoma at all, man. A lot of fans was chirping a little bit, but I mean, I understand. You coming off of, I mean, think about it. You coming off of blowing out a team that blew out us. You know what I'm saying? So you should have been confident. But yeah, man, I enjoyed every second of that, man. Watching Bama get their face crushed. I wish Auburn had a damn red zone offense. They could have lost again today, but Auburn ain't got no plays for the red zone. What's up, Dougie King? I hope that Bama don't make it to the playoffs since Miami's lost, Clemson lost, and stuff. Harry Milrow don't need to be there. Man, it's a lot to digest. Um, One thing I know, the conference champs gonna get in. The five highest conference champs gonna get in. Nine champ. The loser. I think the Georgia Texas loser still gonna get in. Tennessee gonna get in. Notre Dame gonna get in. Notre Dame gonna probably be the 5 seed. Um, and then we gonna see. We gonna see. Uh, like Miami. I don't know how the committee gonna look at that. I mean, me personally, I would put Ole Miss in over Miami. I mean, I get it. Ole Miss got one more loss, but and I get it. Miami blew out Florida in the swamp. Ole Miss lost, but I mean that Florida team week 1 to the Florida team last week is like night and day. you know, I don't know. I don't know how they look at it. I mean, last year they took an undefeated team and didn't let them in because their quarterback got hurt. So I don't know what they gonna look at, man. You know, I mean, the problem with South Carolina, they lost to both Bama and Ole Miss. They like the hottest team in the SEC right now. Like nobody want to play South Carolina in the Lenora Sellers right now. But I mean, you can't put them in over Bama or Ole Miss. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know. I really don't know. Indiana played a mediocre schedule. When they finally played somebody, they got skull drugged. But I mean, they are 11-1. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I really don't know how this thing gonna play out, man. But it makes it entertaining. It definitely makes it entertaining. It makes it fun. And I got told my Bama cousin, man. It's still a possibility Bama still could get in. But like I told him, unlike years past, you see in the past, I could be honest now. If I wanted Bama to be out of stuff because I knew if they got in, they could win it all. Like we all knew pretty much every year with Nick Saban, pretty much. Even that 2010 team that lost 3 games, the last year they lost 3 games, that team was loaded. Like, if they had a 12-team playoff back then and that Bama team got in, they could have won it. I mean, that team still had Julio Jones, Mark Ingram and all them on it, man. Like, you knew that if a Bama team got in, they could win it all. I don't feel that way about this team. Like, I don't look at this Bama team and be like, you know what, man, they can win it all, boy. What's up, Donnie Ford? What up, Mr. Duga? Happy holidays to you. Same to you. Appreciate it. Same to you. But like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. The Miami thing is really curious, man, because I'm gonna be honest, I would put Ole Miss, me personally, and I'm not just being SEC biased here. I would put Ole Miss, Alabama, and South Carolina in over Miami, though they got 3 losses and Miami got 2. Considering how they struggle with all these and I get it, Alabama lost, to 2 under 500 SEC teams. I get it. Ole Miss gave Kentucky the only SEC win. I get it, man. South Carolina lost to, a decent LSU team. They lost to a decent Alabama team. And they lost to and they got whipped, but it was a really good Ole Miss team. I don't know. I don't know if they look more at who had the more impressive wins. I don't know if they reward you more wins or they punish you more for horrible losses. You see what I'm saying? I still don't know that the committee's criteria, but we're gonna see. But all right, y'all, man. Let me run, man. Appreciate everybody tuning into the live. Stay tuned. I'm gonna do a post game video real soon, so y'all check that out, man. Tigers get the win tonight, 37-17 over Oklahoma to close out the regular season at 8-4. Overall, disappointing season, but a lot of things, a really good end of the year, and things to look forward to going into the off season, man. Until then, man, y'all have a blessed one. Go Tigers.